swatches. I have got August's ScrawlrBox. I loved last month's box with the alcohol inks, so I'm excited to see what they're doing this month. I am still doing a Beyond the Box for July's ScrawlrBox, so that I'll upload that as soon as I've finished filming it, because I'm still in the process of doing it. So yeah, that's how much I love last month's box. I've done like 3 videos on the box, but anyway. I'll leave a link in the cards above for those videos. On to this month's. Alright, feels like pens. Ooh. This is the featured artist. Nice. It looks like paint pens, I think. Graffiti writer. That's all of the artist's Instagram and things if you want to check out more of this lovely work. This is nice. I'm going to say it now before I even go into there or wherever. I think that the item is going to be the Molotows paint markers, because Scrawler sent an email out saying we're still waiting for the main item from Germany, and Molotows are German, and now that I'm seeing the featured artist being like paint markers, I'm leaning towards that. So that's my guess. So let's see if I'm right. We have got some plain paper. Is it plain paper or is it just unbranded paper? I'll get a knife. Okay, so it's I think it's a glued pad. No, the separate sheets. Oh. They're illustration boards, I think. So we have 1, 2, 3 illustration boards. So let's see what the actual items are before we get into the catalogue. Well, the zine. First up, we've got our lovely sticker. Nice. And then the menu. And yes, I was correct. Oh, we've got our toffee sweet, milk chocolate covered. I've just realised the side camera's really dark. I'll try and lighten that. There we go. I don't know why it was so dark. I'll just mess with the exposure a little bit. But yeah, okay, so the items, we've got a Derwent line marker 3.0.3 in pink. So these are basically just like their fine liners, but obviously in different colours. So they're not the paint markers, but they are the line markers, because Derwent do their own paint markers. But it's nice because I've only got these in sepia, grey and black, so it's nice to have a different colour. Then we have got the famous, for highlights, Unibolt Signo Broad White Pigment Ink Gel Pen. Is it a gel pen or is it just a pigment ink? Didn't say gel pen anywhere, so it might just be pigment ink rather than gel pen, so forget that I said gel pen. Then we have got a Zig Memory System Writer for Vellum by Karateki, and it's pure black and it has 2 tips. The one's a very chunky felt tip, which is a 1.2 millimeter, and then the other side's a 0.5, which looks like that. And then we've got 3 Molotows. Am I pronouncing them right? Because normally I say Molotovs, thinking they're Russian and they're not, they're German. But I've never seen these ones before. Okay, so these are the Molto one for all acrylic twin. So they've got 2 tips. One like this, which is, does it say 1.5, and then the other one's a 4mm, so it's a chunky boy on the other side. And these are similar to Poscas, which I think everybody knows about Poscas, but not many people know about these, even though these were the originals, because these were designed for graffiti artists. But now they're branching out to more artists in general. So what colour was that? That was a, does it say? A shock blue 230. And then this one is a lagoon blue. No, to me it's green, which is a 206, and then a black. I'm guessing it's going to have to be black. Yep, a signal black 180. And the Scrawler challenge is digital dystopia. Ideas were already flowing from my head with that word dystopia. It's very common in architecture. But yeah, the back of the menu just tells obviously about the items, and the surface is Dowling Rowney Mixed Media Art Boards free pack. So art boards, illustration boards, same thing. The Zig Vellum marker, this tip is dual tip featuring a fine tip 0.5 and a bullet tip 1.2mm, perfect for all your creative needs. The waterproof archival quality ink is water-based, light fast and odorless. The ink in the dual tips also dries quickly, so there is no worry for bleeding or wrinkling the paper. Okay, so it's basically just a fine liner, but not a fine liner, if that made any sense. But yeah, I'll test all these out in this video. Oh, the line marker. This is the first time Scrawlr does it. Scrawlr normally gives everybody the same colours, but with the line marker, they haven't. You've got whoever gets the box. You might get a yellow, a red, or a pink. I've obviously got the pink, but it's the first time they've ever done that. So that's nice. And then the Singulo, which I thought was a gel pen, isn't. It's a rollerball tip with pigmented gel ink. Okay, so it is a gel. All right, moving on. Right, the Molotows, by the way, are refillable, so you can, well, the great thing about Molotows is you can just buy the paint separately in like bottles, and you can even mix your own colours as well. So when you get an empty one, you can just mix your own colour, you know, especially if you find one that's like your super duper favourite. I think the Molotows system's a very good system compared to the Posca. Plus, I'll say it now, the Poscas, it doesn't matter what sort of surface, paper surface you use it on, unless it's the specially designed for Posca paper by Gecko, I believe, which I think we got in a ScrawlrBox a while ago as well. If I did, I'll put it on screen which box it was. It always piles and creates little fibres, whereas the Molotov doesn't. It does a little bit sometimes, especially if you keep working over the area. But I think on the initial lay down on the first colour, it doesn't, whereas Posca does. So that's quite annoying in my opinion. But I do have a few Molotows, but the very thin, fine ones. But I've not really done any like I've done a few scribbles in a sketchbook, but I've not actually done like a final piece with them. So it'll be interesting to see if I can produce something nice. And yes, I am going to use one of the boards, even though we've only got 3 of them, because you always need to test your materials on the actual surface. So let's get these pumped up. Oh, they're coming out quick, which is good for me. So yeah, we get a really chunky tip on there. That's the 4mm. And then on the other side, I do find the Molotows are more juicy as well, which is why it's not taking very long to sort of get the paint to flow. What was the colour? I've forgotten the colour. 180 Signal Black. And again, with all media, basically, if you put them on a palette, you can mix them together as well. I wouldn't recommend doing the tips, like mixing directly from the tips. I always think that's a little bit dangerous to do that. So yeah, we'll have a little mix in a second. If I've got any mixing palettes left, I've been using so much paint recently, and I've not washed all the palettes yet. I literally just finished this morning. This is a nice blue. I like this. 1.5 ml, and that is the 230 shop glue. Interested to see what this colour is, because the blue is pretty similar to what's on the barrel, and to be honest with you, I think the green is as well. Yeah. I think they pretty much, these markers, they dry the same colour as when you put them down. They don't go like lighter or darker like gouache does sometimes. So you pretty much know what you're getting. Lagoon. Oh, that should be double O. Lagoon Blue. So we've got two black pens. This is the 0.5, but they are different sizes, so I suppose that's something. I just would have preferred a different colour maybe, because I mean that tip's quite similar to the 4.mm. So I think we could have done with a Molotow a different colour, a zig. I don't know why it says for vellum, so does that mean that it doesn't smudge as easily? I think that's what it's meaning. Pure black. And of course we've got a line marker. And then we've got our gel pen. It's very opaque. I like this one, and it's coming out so easily as well. I have the Jelly Rolls by Sakura, and I think they can take a little bit of work, but this just is so nice. So let's just try mixing. Just got a plate here. But of course these are acrylics, so they will dry quickly. So just bear that in mind. I need a pen now. Paintbrush. Oh, look at that beautiful colour we get. That is so nice. That is very nice. Let's add a little bit of black in there and see what kind of grey or ash. Oh, we get an ash green. Well, an ash bluey green, like an ocean sort of green, which is nice. Brush my pen off there a little bit. Let's just try the blue with a tiny bit of black and see what we get there. Oh, again, it just dulls down that shot blue a little bit. And then try the green with a little bit of the black. See what we get. We get like a nice green as well. So we're getting a very oceany sort of vibey colour. But obviously when I start doing proper painting, I'll be able to make these thicker rather than them being like watercolour. It's just because I'm using a water brush, so there's a lot of water involved. I wonder. Try a bit of blue in there. Oh yes. There we go. We can even use the gel pen. Well, you can use practically anything that, you know. Let's try the pink. Let's see if we can get a purple. I love my purples. Purples and greens. I'll put a bit of blue in there. Oh yes, look at that purple. That's nice. So we know we can do that, and that. We don't need to do the black. We can do the black. So let's try. Pink and the white. Wait, dropping the paintbrush everywhere. So let's just try getting a very soft pink. There we go. And then let's try adding a little bit of green to those two and see what we get. We get another sort of variant. Let's add the blue to that. Now I'm just playing. I just want to see how many sort of colours I can get. Let's see if we can get. That's it. We get a thicker colour here. But look how gorgeous it is when you just mix those green and blues together. So nice. Add a bit of black to that. See if we get a deep. Yeah, we're getting the same colours now. But yeah, so just play with them, you know. Nobody's going to tell you off for just experimenting. But this white is just so opaque, and it dries opaque as well, because sometimes obviously when it's wet it can look, so that's going to be fantastic. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this video here because people asked on Instagram if you prefer me to do like the unboxing in one video and then the Scrawler challenge in another video, and everybody seemed to like that idea rather than trying to wait and mash it all together, because I need time to sort of think about what I'm doing there. But people like to see what's just in the box and see the first sort of experiments before I go and do the challenge. So I'll leave that video here for now. This video. And then the next video, it will be the Scrawler challenge. And let's not forget the Scrawler, like I almost just did. The Scrawler zine, I mean. So first up is obviously few tips on about the I want to say ingredients, but items in the box. Then a little interview about the artist. Oh, I like this one. That's definitely a colour palette I love. And the chimp. I like that one. Nice. Some more Scrawler tips for you guys to try, and for me, I need to read this before I start doing anything. Oh, and now we've got a QR code to see the artist in action, so I'm guessing it's going to be a little video, so I'll have a look at that as well. And then the Scrawler gallery from June. What did I do? I did the prompt was equal entity, so I did Archifox in an equal sort of way, even though technically he is an equal animal anyway. But anyway, not going over that. But I really like looking at other people's work, because like this person's used them so lightly, and then this one's used them so dark. But again, got great results. I love this one. That is lovely. Lovely. And then just a little bit about street art or graffiti. Yes, that is the Scrawler zine for this month. So yes, thanks so much for watching, and in the meantime, happy architecting.